So much for joining us on today. As above, so below. We're talking about moon energy. We call it lunar energy. This is normally the energy that we utilize on the astral level and the astral plane. So to each and every one of you guys, thank you so very much for being with us as you're being notified that Chief Apostle Ely is live. To all of my brothers and sisters in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Paulo. What's up there, my baby Pisces, Kiara Cloud? They go my baby Scorpio. Y'all running neck and neck. Well, all right there. My baby Scorpio Keish in the house. Thank you so very much for being here. As you guys are being notified that Apostle Ely is live, this is a great opportunity for all of you guys that want to get into the ATRs, or if you are in the ATRs and you want to take it very seriously and you want to learn magic and how to utilize energy in everyday life, this is going to be a very good live for you. So what's up there, Shamari from Chi-Town, my Cancer, Mama Susan, my Gemini, much love to you as well. And I just thank God for having a mind to press on, and I like I said, first I was not in a great space to actually, I didn't think I was going to be able to make it on live because of what I was going through. And I realized after going through that flow, I was okay to come on live to share this information with you guys. What's up there, love my Taurus? And then I got Karen O'Brien, my Gemini. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. One thing, and we have said this on this live before about tribal love. Let me tell y'all something. It is such an honor and a privilege for God to have brought us together. And I am so glad that many of you guys take this seriously more than most people, and not just coming on for a social media show. You understand? What's up there, Natasha Foster, my Aquarius from North Carolina? Yes, what's up there? What's up, my Pisces Darius in the house? Thank you so much. Yes, I barely made it, but I did make it. But you know, I always have something, and this is the part that I believe that most practitioners and spiritualists, people in authority, should display, especially for those that aspire to grow into their spirituality and deal with some of the things that the twists and turns that often come into life. The moon is about cycles, and so just like birth is a part of life, death is also a part of life. Up is a part of life. Down is a part of life. And a lot of times we want to only exist on one sphere of that thing called life. And that's just not. As the old people used to say, the wind don't blow one way always. You got to be ready for when that wind changes. And Medifun Oya is the spirit and the Orisha of change. What's up there, Mary Bond? Thank you so much for being with us. Now, I am going to share something I want to say to my Christian buddy before we get started tonight. These are the cards that I read from the 72 Names of God, Technology of the Soul. Also, hello to Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, Libra, and Virgo. I am also going to share without revealing secrets, but I want to share because some of you guys know that I am in the process of crowning. And I had a very tough Misa, and not that it was tough that for them, the spirits came in and they spoke, but it was very personal Misa for me, because it was that was something Minister Mario planned to be a part of. So I did have my moments in that Misa, but I want to share y'all some real stuff. What's up there, my Pisces, Boaz? Much love to you. I appreciate you so much, Bo, for being authentically with me. Let me tell y'all something. In times like this, you need real people doing real things. And listen, if all you got to do is all you got to offer is 10%, fine. 20%, fine. 30%. But don't fake it. At this time in my life, I don't need nothing that is not real. If your hello ain't real, keep it. You know what I'm saying? If your goodbye ain't real, keep it. If your how you doing ain't, I'm not at the space in my life that I can tolerate or deal with that kind of stuff. So I'm just being honest. Y'all know I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries and rising sign Pisces. I think that when it comes down to real life, people that are in conjure normally, and that's just not in conjure. Most times, most people only present the good side of whatever they're dealing with, and they only present to you when they are at their best, or they're at the best of presentation, I should say it like that. And that is not healthy for real life experience. You know, when their kids don't understand what it takes to bring in the money, they have a distorted view about what life is. What's up there, Monique 444 Cancer in the house? I think I added an extra 4. What's up, Tattoo Sagittarius from New York? Yes, baby. Thank you for joining. Now, the reason why I want to share this, my subject tonight is when your math is not mathing. And I'm going to be coming from Proverbs 21st chapter, 1 through 2. And this is going to really, especially, like I said, from the idea, okay, what is my next move, what I want to do, who I want to do with. What's up, Apprehend Wisdom? Much love. Thank you for joining us on tonight, on this Monday, Moons. Yes. And when you are trying to grow and develop, it is so important that people do not falsify the realities of some of the things that you may have to deal with and be a part of, okay? I'm trying to be careful with my words because I really want to talk about something very personal to me, but I want to be able to share it with you guys so it don't matter if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi. Universal laws apply to us all. What's up there, my eldest son, Trey in the house? Oh, I need your prayers on today. And then Minister Madame May, my Scorpio from Louisville, Kentucky, and Nikki from Facebook. Thank you so much for being with us. Blessings as well. Now y'all know I like to keep it real, and some days I keep it 1,000. I might go higher than 1,000 on today. And the reason why I want to do this is because, especially if you're going to get into ATRs and you're going to be part of covens or any type of group, it is no different than the church. It matters who's the head. It really does. Who's leading things, their mentality, their level of character, it matters. I don't care what the practice is. I don't care how much we smile, how much we grin. I'm not saying that I'm transparent to a point where I want people to feel confident in what some of the things I do, but nobody tells it all. Nobody shares it all. That's ignorant. There's no wisdom in that. But enough for somebody to get a better idea of what is expected when you get into these ATR, especially if you want to be really great at your gift, talent, or ability that some of you guys really want to stand out. Realizing that a lot of the things that you hear on social media are regurgitated information because a lot of these people are not really going through their trials, so they're not getting elevations. They're not really embracing some of the heartache that comes along with these practices, and they don't do well with them. They don't fare well, and so therefore they flunk a lot of tests because a lot of times people just don't count up the cost. And I believe because of a lot of people trying to portray these ATRs in such a blissful light, the same thing about Christianity, that a lot of people not prepared for the twists and turns that are going to come. And that if you are out here trying to do your very best. I was telling Mother Susan on my way that I've given God my everything. And certain things that come in my life, sometimes I feel like it's not fair. And I work hard, I do what I do, but I know that God is just. So even when the flesh is hurting and aching and not wanting to even, Yahshua got to a place where he said, if it be possible, if there's another way, there are going to be things that you're going to come in contact with if you are going to get into the deep of these, especially Haitian voodoo, Palo Miambe, getting crowned. I don't want to downplay any other ATR, but I'm especially those older Kabbalah, those older crafts, baby. I'm telling you, there are some challenges out there that will make angels give up their wings and go another way. It's some stuff out here. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Okay, and for us to understand, for somebody to have 45 years anniversary with somebody, gay, straight, or bi, they went through something. For somebody as like UPS, been in business for 100 years. They can tell you stuff that other people can't tell you. They done been through stuff. They done endured stuff. You know, they subdued things. They done got subdued by things. And so when people only want to tell you about the victories in their life and not the fears in their life and the challenges in their life, this is a very challenging thing for me, because I thought I was going to have somebody to go through this with me, because I went through it with them. And now I'm having to walk this walk as a matriarch. I know I'm a male, but I'm a matriarch into something that I am responsible for a lot of people. And that, sir and ma'am, can be very scary. It can be very unnerving, because I have to make it. I have to overcome. Whether I understand it all, whether I get it all, it don't matter. I know what I have to go through. And that whether somebody chooses to walk this or assist me in this or not. And there are going to be some journeys out here in these ATRs that you're going to have to walk alone. To my brothers and sisters that are going to take this serious and they're already out here, we all know this is a lonely journey. And sometimes we get people in our life that we get accustomed to because they make us comfortable, because it's not as lonely. And at my point, I have lost somebody in my life that this journey has gotten even lonelier. Because the deeper you get, the further you travel into this journey, you're not seeing a lot of people. The higher you go, you're not going to see a lot of people. The deeper you go, and that, I'm just telling you, I don't care what the ATR, if you are going to go to the abyss, the void, you're going to want to maximize full your potential, then there's a lot of people, everybody ain't trying to get a doctorate. Everybody not trying to get a PhD degree in this stuff. So you're going to find yourself down some roads, down some journeys that you're going to be by yourself. And every now and then you find somebody that want to wag with you. You want to wag with you. And so therefore, I want to share it. So if you decide to go that deep, at least from my perspective, you are here from somebody that has been doing this since he was a child. I'm 50 years old, and with all the knowledge I have, the experiences I have, there are still things that I've faced that are very unnerving, okay? So I'm going to be coming from Proverbs 21, and then 1 through 2. It says, and Shamar, you're so right. People be like, what's up, Sister Jack and my tires? Being the king of the hill or being the queen of the hill, it get real lonely. You know, everybody want to knock you off for different reasons, spiritually and sexually. I'm just being honest, it's not what a lot of y'all think. It really isn't. And to have that much responsibility to share truth and knowledge and protect people, it is a great responsibility. So, sir and ma'am, do not take that lightly, and do not get into this for the jokes and the kicks, because it's real out here. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. So God has the power to turn the heart of the king, no less than the queen. So why is that important? Because you got to know that when you're on this spiritual journey, that what God has for you is for you. And God is going to touch the heart of the people that are necessary. Just like God took Pharaoh's heart and turned their heart so he would not let the children of Israel go. That same God can turn their heart soft or hard. Some of y'all women know what I'm talking about. So, some of y'all men too. So when you understand what it means to be crowned, what it means to be the head, what it means to understand that you are a vessel in this thing, whether you're an ephod, voodoo, Santeria, you're an instrument in this thing, that you, it is God is your ancestors that make the decision on what you're going to do and what you're not going to do. Now, like I said, I'm a Sagittarius, my rising sign is in Pisces, and my moon is in Aries. Hey, do what you want to do. I'm just trying to say, if you want to make your journey less difficult, your yoke easy, and your burden as light as possible, following instruction by spirit is more important than how you feel, how you think, and whether you like the outcome or not. I'm gonna say it like that. This is what gonna hit home right here. Verse 2. To all of y'all just started, please listen to what I'm about to say. It said every way of a man is right in his own eyes. Every man. I don't care if you're an E5, voodoo, atheist, gay, straight, rich, poor, educated. Sir, ma'am, it don't matter. Every man is in his way is right in his own eyes. But the Lord pondered or considered the heart. Here we go back to the heart. Let me explain this to you like this. When your math is not mathing, it is because, to my babes in any of these ATRs, here Apostle E, the chief apostle, when you doing your own math, based on how you feel, based on how you see it, based off of your experience, your math is never going to come out right. I'm going to say it again. If you're going to get on this spiritual journey and you intend for things to work out for the good of them that love God, and when you can sit there and say, I count it all joy through the diverse temptation that I've gone through, I'm going to count it all joy. I don't understand why I got to go down this particular, I don't know why the scenery of my path have changed. That's where I'm at right now. I understood that almost 5 Wednesdays ago, I had intention of this being another type of background. But now that the background has changed, the path has not changed, but the scenery has changed. The people that I thought would be here have changed. But the destiny has not changed and the path have not changed. And a lot of times, people, when you are out here and you are adding up things based off of how you feel, based off how you see it, based off of your experience, your math ain't gonna never come out right. Because you do not consider other people, places, and things when you are adding things up. That's the same thing in relationship. They don't go sour because the relationship's sour. You never consider how him or her felt. You never consider how him or her saw y'all as a couple. You never consider the experience that person had already gone through before they met you. And the reason why you are frustrated because you done sat up there with your pen and your pencil and you only based off your figures. You never considered these other people, places, and things. And so therefore the disappointment comes because you thought you had it figured out. I want to talk to grown people. My lies are not for the children. It is dangerous out here when you are leaning to your own understanding. Let me tell y'all something. I got into this Misa. And some of you guys that have been following me long enough to know that my first love is voodoo, particularly Haitian voodoo. Okay? But I got initiated into Santeria and to Lukumi. And so therefore I'm going for the crowning in that. I have spirits that they cool with all that, right? Listen to me real good, y'all. I did not get into these ATRs trying to get power, trying to get titles, trying to get I got into this journey really trying to help Minister Mario fulfill his destiny, get his healing. That was the motive of Chief Apostle Ely. But God had a plan. In my support of Minister Mario, God had a plan also for me. There's nothing new up under the sun. If you are going down a road, even if you think you're doing it for somebody else, it is still God's plan. A lot of times we feel like we shouldn't factor certain things. We shouldn't do certain types of math because I ain't doing this for me. Or I don't need, that was me. I don't need this. I was born with my stuff. But God had a plan even though I was born with my stuff. So in the midst of the Misa, the first spirit showed up in my Misa was the Loa. And this is what lets me know that my Padrino is real. My Oba is real. Everybody that was a part of my Misa was crowned. Y'all hear me real good. It is important when you're making life change. To my babes, please listen to me. When you are making life changing decisions, you want the experience sitting in the room. You do not want the immature. You do not want listen to me, y'all. Because when you're making those type of decisions in your life, you need people that know what they're doing and their honesty. And when my spirit came in, and some of y'all been knowing, I've been telling y'all for the longest. I was born with this spirit. This spirit followed me into this life. And the reason why I'm saying that, you can say whatever you want to say. When you get in the kitchen, either you got it or you don't got it. A lot of people out here talking about what's walking with them and what, baby, when you get around the experience, them spirits got to manifest. Now, I'm going to be different. They had to change some things because I have a lot of Haitian spirits that follow me. I have a lot of Loas who follow me, and they have to be appeased, even though they are giving me the go-ahead with my crowning. They're going to support my crowning, but I have to do certain things because it is what it is. I can't tell you everything, but yes. And so, and some of you not shocked because I never made that a secret, okay? But when you are going through certain processes, certain spirits have to be acknowledged, and certain spirits. So crowning is the way I can describe it. If you ever bought a house, bought property, there's a process called the conditioning, where they can ask you for anything from, in my case, when I was buying my house, they were asking me for my divorce paper, like anything could be required. So in the process of the Misa, once your spirits are revealed, your spirits can ask you for certain things that they want in return for what they're going to do. And you have to meet those conditions. It's the same thing. So not only do you have to pay the derecho to even start the crowning process, but you never know what your spirit, and I have a lot of spirits. I do. And so different ones were coming in and they wanted certain things. So now I have to come up with more resources in order to get this stuff done before my crown. All the stuff that I have to do now has to be done before my crowning. Okay? Why am I explaining it to you? This is the type of math that, especially when you ain't never. Now, I was prepared enough because I had went through the process with Minister Mario. Okay? But I also, when I got crowned, I was expecting Minister Mario to be there. Through my own eyes, through what I was doing, I thought I was going to be able to get that done. When you're trying to figure out the how, the why, the when, you're going to come up short because you don't know what God has in store for you. The Bible says it like this: eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what God has prepared for you. If you believe that, then you cannot lean to your understanding because it looked right to you. That decision looked right to me. For what the vision that I had, that was what I needed to do. Now I'm in a situation where my spirits, my Loas, even though Medifun Oya is there, my Loa said, this right here, I want this, and this, and I need you to do this, and this. Okay? This is the stuff that I tell y'all. Now, if you have not been crowned, if you have never been in Haitian voodoo and the real stuff, it is costly. I'm talking about tens of thousands. Why am I talking about this? Because some of y'all, math is not mathing. You don't even have the time for this type of practice. You are too committed as a mother. You're too committed as a wife, husband. You're too conscious of other people and what your family. You have too many mental and emotional ties to be committed to this extent when it comes to the ATRs. I say to you, if this is something you're serious about, it is something that you're going to have talents and skills that you can generate the resources, or you're going to be dragging a 3-day journey 40 years because your math is not there. Just because even being born and chosen with the level of experiences that I have had, it is still challenging. If nobody else says, what's up, Karen Cartwright? How you doing, love? If nobody ever tells you, if you a man or woman, you ain't got kids yet and you want to get into the ATR, do it. If you a man and woman, you're not in a relationship and you want to get into the ATRs, do it. If your kids are grown out the house and you and your husband want to do it together, the grandkids ain't over all the time, do it. But if you know you are entangled, the Bible says it like this: no man that entangles himself, no man that wars entangles himself with the affairs of this life. If you are not in clarity, all this big talking about, even if you get a reading, if somebody tell you, you know what, you're going to start your own business. If they ain't going to tell you the pros and cons of having your own business and how many hours and time investment you got to do and that door got to be open, baby, they not preparing you for the ups and downs of that journey. And it can be a true prophecy. It can be a true prediction. We ain't even talking about the people that out here just straight capping and lying. We just talking about if everything that I was told was true. There was things that were told to me that my padrino and my oba could not have known because they were not with me when I was a kid. They were not there with me with my spiritual dad when I was 13. There are certain things that were going on before I ever met a Mr. Mario. I met some of you. My spirits were also standoffish. Especially my guardians. They were talking, but they were not revealing themselves. And so my padrino said that they could not use certain herbs because the herbs that I need are not in Yoruba. Because I have another practice that is dominant in my life. So I have to use the herbs out of that particular practice to do my cleansing. Because they cannot use the Yoruba herbs for my cleansing. So I have to use the herbs that I work with, which I already do to cleanse myself. So there was no witchcraft on me. There was no voodoo on me. My stuff was clear because I use a certain type of cleanser. But that made me respect them even more because they didn't try to act like they knew everything. And when this is the first time outside of my spiritual dad, that the level of integrity that my padrino has and Oba have is to be respected. If you are working with somebody that is very honest with you and willing to seek out other sources to make sure you get what you need to have, I found out that people that did certain works, assignments, there was even with my let me see how I'm gonna say this. The reason why I'm gonna bring this up because when people know that you are a powerful vessel, the average person is not going to give you all and everything you need because they don't want you to get to the place where. So my warriors were done, but certain things were left out. And I personally believe that was intentional because the people that did my warriors were very experienced. So I say this to many of you all. Count up the cost. This is not something you should out here just running after because there are so many different people that will do things for a various of reasons. And I feel like if they'll do it to the chief, they'll do it to the Indian. You know what I'm saying? If they'll do it to the green tree, they'll do it to the dry. And as much as a seer as I am, and the reason why I'm saying it, because a lot of times you guys don't have the resources to go further into these practices. So therefore, certain things you would never find out. If you have never bought a house, you don't know what I'm talking about. But if you ever bought a house, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is easier to buy a car than it is to buy a house. It is easier to buy a car than to buy land. You understand? There are certain journeys out here. There are certain journeys out here that you need authentic. You need people that are mature mentally and emotionally so that they don't get personal with people. A lot of times you get derailed in your practices because somebody may be sexually attracted to you, and therefore they no longer can teach you, not because they don't have the knowledge, but their motive has changed with you. There's so many things out here that you're not going to learn. And I'm telling you, I have some good courses, but there's certain things you're not going to learn out here in hoodoo, voodoo, Santeria, in these classes. This, what I want to talk to you about, is like real life experiences. Learning how to protect yourself. Learning what to look for. What I try to do is, because some of you are not a seer. Some of you guys don't have discernment. Maybe you got discernment, but it ain't that sharp. No, I'm going to give you something so simple, but it will save your life, your time, your energy. Know the fruit by the tree it bears. I don't care how simplistic it is. I don't care how much knowledge I got, no matter how much power I gain, no matter how many spirits I got. Whatever I am going to bear fruit. If you don't like the fruit that's coming from the tree, go another way. I can't get no more honest with you. I can't. There are people that are not sincere out here, but there are also people, practitioners out here in these ATR that are sincere, and that the people that go to them or come to them are not sincere. Let me tell y'all something. Being able to do what I do takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of dedication. And I know I joke about not having sex. I'm not having sex because I can't have sex. I'm not having sex because I don't want to have sex. I preserve my energy to be able to go to certain levels. And so therefore, sometimes people don't consider that I'm a lot more frustrated and rigid than I normally would be. But these are the sacrifices, whether it's financial, whether it is not being around people, whether it is not being with my family, not being with my children. All of this is that's the math. This is the kind of stuff that people don't consider when you get into these spiritual practices, because your ancestors, your Loas, your Ikisi, your Mpungos, your Orisha, they're not gonna care about those things. And I'm telling you why. Because you signed up for this. You said yes to this, and you should have already considered that before you did this. And so therefore, before you make a move, if I were some of you guys, I would sit up under somebody you trust. I would invest in them. I would help them, because learning up under guidance is far better than learning on your own. Because in your eyes, everything you do gonna be right. Everything you say gonna be right. And if it ain't right, it ain't that far off. Your math ain't mathing. And you're not going to be able to do what Apostle E, the Chief Apostle E, do at my standard without resources. Let me say it to you like this. And I'm not throwing off on nobody, and please do not take this like this. I'm not rich. I have over $100,000 job. I have other resources. I have things that I was born with. I have so many other things to my advantage. I have favor with the owners and business owners. I have all of this stuff, and it still is costing the yin yang, y'all. This is caught with the help, with the support, the back and forth, the driving, the picking out stuff. Even I just got through doing the altars at the church before I came on live. I got to do my altars here. In order to have standard, please, anybody out there that's listening to me, that you have a standard about your practice, your life, or your children, will tell you it costs to maintain a standard, whatever it may be, especially a respectable standard, especially a high standard, especially a standard of a king or a queen or somebody of high regard. To maintain that status, it costs. And let me tell you something. Many of you guys, this is not the practice for you, because you're constantly looking for a way to save a dollar. You're constantly looking a way to cheat your ancestors. Because you are not in this thing for the lifestyle. You're in it to take from the tree. You don't care if the tree ever get rain. You say, well, it's in nature. Let God rain on it. But it ain't God that taking fruit from the tree. It's you that taking fruit from the tree. Don't go into somebody's life that has standard, that is paying the cost to maintain themselves. And then you get into their life, and now all of a sudden their standard is a problem to you, because you're not willing. And this is what I'm talking about. Your math ain't mathing. Because there are certain things you're not considering while you own your tablet. There are certain things, like I tell people, if you think it costs to maintain your instance from my website, this ain't for you. If you can't maintain graveyard work, this ain't for you. Especially some of y'all out here talking like you on my level or you are trying to get to these type of levels. It costs money, and it also costs money to protect yourself. Me and my son, my eldest son, was talking about Ukraine. Ukraine could not defend themselves no matter how much heart they got against Russia if United States and the UN was not supplying the resources for them to defend. You can want to fight all day long, but it takes resources to fight people off, or spirits off, or entities off. I have another Loa that came, and she came into my Misa, and she wants me to come to her to the water. I have a lot of water spirits, rising sign Pisces. But this is a spirit that I saw when I was a child. My Padrino would have never known that. This first spirit I ever saw. I used to, like as a kid, I never really stayed in my body. I used to astral walk and astral travel a lot. And this particular spirit is in the river, and she said, what did she do? She wants to see me. But and I was saying to myself, well, I've been going to the river. I've been going to the river. She said, no, you've been going to the river for this spirit. I'm the one you met. It's me. That's how real this got in my Misa. If you not who you say you are, you're going to be exposed in those Misas. To all of y'all that think that I'm out here just running my mouth, you are so sadly mistaken. If you think this is because, like Minister Mario used to say, I'm very animated as I may be, I am authentically who I say I am. It's a snake that walks with me. So they want my attention, and they want my attention before I go through my crowning. So all of you guys that are worried about certain things, I had a young lady tell me about what somebody else said about my work, and then she takes me back. The judge done dropped more charges. Like I don't speak for these other people, because what they don't consider is me and them not stacked alike. Whatever's in your spiritual core is going to show up in those Misas. My Padrino has never seen me do a reading. The spirit was talking about me working with cards. He would have never known that because he's never seen me do a reading. He's never seen me exercise any of my spiritual gifts. Honestly, he has not. He's never seen it. He did Minister Mario's crowning. He met me through Shadow of Wolves. He obviously saw spirits with me, but to what degree? And you don't really find that stuff out until some people call Misas seances, spiritual investigations of that kind of what, because they need to know what's in your court, so they know how to handle your head, and they know how to handle, so you would know what certain things that you need to do, and that's what's the purpose of that. This is important for a lot of you guys that claim, and I'm using this not being funny, that you want to follow me. I am in the deep. I don't deal on the shallow, and it costs to be out here in these waters. It costs to be out here in these waters. And so therefore I'm not being funny. But if you're not ready, it is okay. There's other things that you can learn from me and universal law. But if you're going to be a God child of mine, or you're going to be a part of my Elay or the conjure that I do, like, get yourself prepared. Because at the end of the day, if we not going to do it right, we ain't doing it at all. If we not going to do it big, we not doing it at all. Because I don't have time to be wasting out here just to be doing some trivial stuff. And that's just real talk. I'm not out here, and I'm going to say this once again to all of you guys that are out here in E5, Voodoo, Santeria, Lukumi, Congo, and Palo, and you got Botanicas, I am not into this for what you into this for. Do not put me in your mess. This is not my agenda, and my purpose of why I'm into these practices are so far different than what you're doing. And so therefore, don't make me an issue or your problem. And I know you're going to do it because you're threatened. But we are not the same person. And I do not have to, because I'm used to fame. I'm used to fortune. I'm used to the good life. I'm used to attention. There's a lot of people that get into these ATRs because they lack so many things in their life. Sir and ma'am, that is not Chief Apostle Ely. Because you come here with that foolishness, I am going to hurt your feelings immensely. Okay? So I hope that something I said today, that if you're going to get a real relationship, be prepared for it. If you're going to start a business, be prepared for it. Stop running around here thinking that everybody... Let me tell y'all something. There are certain people going to be in your journey just for a moment. As much as I do not like my new reality and new scenery that I'm living with, I started this journey without them. And yes, they're going to be with me in spirit. Let me tell you, I had so many spirits that Minister Mario could not come in through my misa until almost the very end. Because I had that many loas and spirits showing up in my misa. Like, I carry a lot of spirits. So, I am saying this because I feel like I have the ear of a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people trust me. A lot of people feel like I know what I'm talking about. I exhibit. And let me tell y'all something. This is overwhelming even for Apostle Ely, because I am also going through some heartaches. I am going through situational changes in my staff. People in my church, some of them have never been fully committed. And it never really mattered because Minister Mario was fully committed. I'm saying this I'm going to say this, and I'm not to offend, but this is the truth. There are going to be people, if you are so lucky and so fortunate, that going to ride with you wherever you go. And then there are going to be other people that are going to be with you when they can. Still love you, but they can. Everybody's Tata, Mambo, Hugon, Madrina, Padrino, everybody's not going to sacrifice it all for you. There are some people going to sacrifice here and there, and thank God for them. If you could have been as fortunate as I have been, I think it's a short time, 12 years, but for what I had been going through prior, he was a sap of healing in my life to let me know that I could trust somebody. But that's not an easy space in my life because of the type of workings that I do. So everybody cannot... A lot of people are afraid of the type of real conjure that I do. And Minister Mario just was never afraid. He was respectful, and he said he wasn't afraid of what I did because he meant me no harm. First, I thought he was being funny. I ain't gonna lie, Mr. Mario Capricorn, I thought he was being funny. I'm like, what? Because I was so used to people actually being afraid of me because of what I do. And he said, why would I have to be afraid of your spirits when I don't mean you no harm? I'm here to help you. I want to see you win. And he told me that the first time that he got that close to me spiritually, and he's never changed. And you know what? He never blamed me for his situation. There are going to be people out here when you practice your ATRs and they start going through things, they're going to blame you. Minister Mario never blamed me for what he went through. You're going to have immature people that you're going to be doing conjure for, you're going to be doing works for, and when things don't go the way they want them to go, or they hearing news there, they're going to blame you. But if you're so fortunate to have somebody to understand that, like he told me, he said, I made this choice. Some people don't know why I respect. Some of y'all blame people for decisions you make. Things you sign up for. Because you didn't count up the cost correctly. You didn't consider, you didn't know that you were going to have to, instead of doing 8 hours, you're going to have to do 21 hours. Nobody told you to say yes. You said yes. It is a journey for the committed. It is a journey for the dedicated. It is not a journey for excuses. You have to make up in your mind, is this what you really want? And mean that in your heart. As Paul said, fully persuaded. Not even 80%. And this is why when I look over his life, I say, oh my God. He knew he was going to pass, and he was not miserable. He was enjoying life. He was smiling. He was laughing. He was having fun. No matter how he felt. Because it's a beautiful thing when you make a choice as a grown man or woman. So however the cookie crumbles, you good with it. And to be around people that actually love you. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. Make sure you treat people right that ride with you. To all of my tatas, mumbos, hugans, elders, if you have somebody in your life that Ola Damari, the Mighty Nzambi, the El Shaddai, Divine Mother have sent you, treat them people right. Treat them people right that are good to you, and even the ones that God has made them your footstool, treat them right too. Because God made Uriah David's footstool, and David did not treat him right. Being an authority does not give you the right to treat people any kind of way because they love you and they believe in you. It don't give you that right. I don't care how much you can see. Y'all hearing that from somebody that is very, very gifted. It is no right. I don't have the right to curse nobody undeserved. If I put something on your ass, you deserved it. I get permission. All of these people out here just throwing out curses haphazardly, out of ego, out of undeveloped character, not staying in on the potter's wheel long enough, not staying in the fiery furnace long enough. If you don't go through your process, I'm telling you, even with the process I've gone through, there's still stuff out here that will blow your mind. So if you want to know what you're supporting, why you supporting, I would say this: it's better to assist me in the process so you can get a better understanding what it may cost you if you or your child, grandchild, whatever, end up going this direction. You got somebody out here that already done been through it. And trust me, I'm looking for good people. I found Padrino through Shadow Wolves. This man is such an Obad. They love this practice. I told y'all, find somebody that love what they're doing. You're going to see the best that it has to offer. And I say to y'all, and I'm going to say it again. My social media family, my social media tribe have been so intricate, so instrumental in a lot of my healing and my accomplishment. You guys came in here. You guys came in here with honesty. You came in here learning, and then you saw an issue where it was so necessary to be a part of what is going on. And I feel like I owe you guys in the sense of giving you as much reality and real of what this really is about, and getting rid of some of the mirage that a lot of people have this out here. And let me tell y'all something. Today was hard as hell for me. Today, for whatever reason, after my Misa, having to get up and take care of a lot of stuff on my own, was a reality check of how alone I am. Not that other people ain't around me. Please understand what I'm saying. But there's certain spaces, some of you guys, they can't walk with me. Minister Mario was already initiating certain things, so there are certain things he could have walked with me in. And it's already a lonely walk. So if you don't have to go alone, don't. Even Jesus sent them out 2 by 2. I'm going to say this again. Yeah. Somebody take care of Rich 916. That's That's somebody being funny. But we thank you for helping my ratings anyway, because no matter whether you come in here for the good or the bad, it helps the algorithm for my channel. So I appreciate you doing that for me. Much love to you. I say to many of you guys, if you are still at the point in your life that you're out here and the only measure you're mathing by is your own measure, I promise you, you're going to come up short. When you don't consider other people, places, and things, you're going to come up short. Okay? I hope this helped you guys. If you would like me to do incense burnings or whatever, I would be more than happy to oblige. They also told me, which they didn't have to tell me, do not do spiritual work for free. I wasn't gonna do it no way, but you know, that's the Spirit said they said that to me. But I do extra stuff because I support those that support me. So I don't. I have healing incense, better business, High John, oil of gladness, triple threat, peace incense, love incense, roll opener, mental clarity, blockbuster. Money incense, guardian angel incense, ancestor incense, reversal protection, stop gossip, and courtroom incense. Just to give you an idea, I had to go and purchase two blue dresses, because my Francisca and my Padrino Francisca has to be dressed alike, because I am going to be more than just a godchild to my Padrino. That was also brought up in my Misa. The Obas talked to the Padrino that I was going to be more than just a godson to him. I have to come up with an additional $1,200, but I spent almost a little over $300 in more fabric for altars today, and I had to buy dresses for the dolls. They were $150 a piece. I'm saying this because I'm trying to get some of y'all that trying to get into this, to give you a general idea of the tools that you got to buy in order to function effectively for these practices, if you're going to have standards. Okay? That doesn't include the gas, doesn't include the eating or whatever else I needed to do. I had to buy more tools for Oya because I have a particular type of Oya out here. What else I had to do today? And then I had to put this stuff together, and I still have to do my baths and stuff like that. So, like I said, my purpose is to give you a better behind the scenes view if this is something you want, or you want to take your spirituality to the next level and you have not sat down and really counted up the cost outside of your own experience, or outside of your own feelings or your own particular visions. If I were you, sir and ma'am, I would get other elders, other people of those practices to make sure that you are verified, not by just out of your mouth, but out of other. And my Padrino is well known in the community that he practices in, and so it is so much better when somebody that is verified verifies you. I'm gonna say that again. It is so much better for your practice and your name and your brand when the verified verify you. Okay, so if you don't want to have to go through some unnecessary changes, I would encourage you. You need a great career to do this. Go back to school, bucko. Yes, it is. It is. Now, I'm not saying you can't do certain levels of hoodoo and voodoo on a certain level, but when you out here in the deep blue sea, I'm being straight up with you. Some of y'all think that you giving. This stuff costs, and some of y'all are supporting me heavily, and it's still costing me, and I'm still still out here spending, cause I'm a chief, so it come with chief price tag, and that's just being real with you. And I feel like they make it like that because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. That's why it's not for everybody. But it'll also, if you even travel this road with me, it'll make you respect the craft better. A person that help you pay bills feel different than somebody that don't help you pay bills, and that's just the truth. And if people not willing to invest in you, they don't feel that way about you, and that's also the truth. And so once you have invested, you're going to feel differently. And many of you guys have shown me that you want to see me win and support me. And you have been such a instrument in being a healing to me in this process, because I know that many of you genuinely love not only me, cause I know there's people out there just love what I do. I'm not stupid. But some of y'all genuinely love my character and accept me and my personality for what it is. And there's some people that see me every day and don't do that. There's some people that birthed me in the world and still ain't accepting me for who I am. I am who I am, and I'm proud of who I am and who God is making me. But it is something when people actually wholeheartedly accept you, good, bad, or indifferent, for who you are. And that's the environment that I try to create. I strive to create that. Sometimes it's difficult, but to me it's worth it. And whether I like what's going on or not, it's worth it. And I intend to do these practices at the standard by which God allows me. I ain't trying to outdo nobody. I ain't trying to outshine nobody. I'm just doing Chief Apostle Ely. All right? So, let me make sure I didn't forget nobody. So, that's why I do what I do. That's why I talk the way I talk. And like I said, I will tell you this. I wasn't lying to none of y'all about my Haitian background. I wasn't capping. For whatever reason, in our area, we have a tower down, and so my internet is not up. Good thing I got data, so it's not letting me. I'm receiving the cash out, but I don't know what they're for because it's not allowing me to. And I don't know how to make the adjustment. But if once I get it up, I'll make sure I correct anything that needs to be corrected. And I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to get over it on them. But it just the circle just going around. It's not coming up. But thank you so much. And please, guys, what do you think? Thank you, Sister Jackie. I got an S on my check. It ain't for sucker either. The sharing, the comments. I'm gonna post on my wall. Also on TikTok, but also on my YouTube page, one of the altars that I'm assimilating in the church. If you come to my church, what I practice, how I get down, I don't have no shame in my game, okay? People respect my altars in my church, but this ain't something that's is behind a curtain. This is something that I display openly. But I love what I do. I love helping. I love the process. I'm just going through a situation now that a lot of reality, and hoping that other people that are close to me step up and start assuming some responsibility, so a lot of this pressure does not break me in the process. I already knew before I started this, John. Me and my mom and planning that. Oh, thank you, Keith. I knew before starting this website and this social media, I couldn't do it by myself. I had Minister Mario, a Capricorn, sturdy, consistent, ride or die. And so a lot of the things that I had started, I had the support. So other people are having to step up. But this is a heavy cross to bear. And some of them don't have the time and the time that Minister Mario was willing to give to this. And I appreciate it. But wherever you can step in, please, sir and ma'am, do so, because this is a until I can readjust myself, as some people would say, recalibrate, that I can assume this, and I need to get through this crowning, and it's a costly crowning, it's an emotional crowning for me, and I want you to know I have to travel 2 hours and 35 minutes one way. That's before I even do any ceremonies. That's before I pull anything out of the vehicle. That's what I'm doing. And someday I'm going to have to go back and forth. So I may be up back and forth to Tampa quite a few times. And that stuff, that adds up really quick. Okay? But I appreciate you. Tribal love. Chief Apostle, I am really going through a tough time right now. Y'all please send me some love. Oh my God, hold on. Even in my process, let me hold on, Natasha. Hold on. We're gonna do more than just send you some light. Because if Jesus can stop dying and save somebody, I can stop hurting and help somebody. Because you are a beautiful spirit, and I will put you on my altar for some additional help. I'm putting some Blockbuster, some triple threat, and I'm asking my guardian spirit to go in your behalf. Not just a spirit in my pot, but my guardian spirit to go in your behalf, because you have been a God sent to me, and that's another reason why some of y'all don't realize you're going through certain things, because of you locking in, and they know that certain things are hold on, wait a minute. Stop gossip. Put some of that over here for her. This ain't easy. When you support a man or woman of God, you got to be armed and dangerous. And you got to be ready. And I appreciate that. But I'm stepping in for Natasha Foster to intervene in her behalf and in her favor. And I'm asking of thee to work signs, wonders, and miracles in her behalf, that she shall not be put to shame nor disgrace or be dismayed. That Natasha Foster shall not be put to shame nor disgrace nor be dismayed. I speak to my spirits in Palo Centea Indoki, Centea Indoki, Centea Indoki, Cindy Egun, Cindy Egun, Cindy Egun. 4. In the behalf of Natasha Foster. Natasha Foster. In the name of Christ Jesus. Assalamu alaikum, salaikum salam. I know they was talking, why are you using Christ Jesus' name? Because I want to. It ain't stopped not one manifestation. Yeah. Hold on just a minute. See if I can find my... For Natasha Foster. For Natasha Foster. For Natasha Foster. I think that's my sister. From grass to grass. No, from grass to grace. Hello, Tasha. You welcome, baby. I'm gonna keep you in prayer. I'm gonna do more to keep you in prayer. I got some stuff I'm gonna put on my altar. I'm burning that right now for you. But I'm also going to do some other conjure. But I have my, y'all can't see it. Oh, that's Madam Oshun. Hey, love. Oh. Whew. Another Sagittarius. Thank you, Lord. Know what I need. Yes, sir. It's good when you have leaders that have more than one tool if something's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's like a mechanic got more than one tool. When you get out here, you want to be as efficient as you can. And it's just real talk. Yeah, she just said that. I was like, she's been such a God sent as well. And she, so much love and checking up on me and praying for me. Yeah. Even after the live, I'm going to have, what's up there, Calvina? In the house from Facebook. All right, guys, it's after an hour, so I got to go to work tomorrow. But much love to each and every one, and maybe that's what I needed to do. But much love to each and every one. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share and comment on this video. Hoping that you take this as serious as it is. All right? God bless you. I got you, love. Thank you.